Hey you guys, Mr. Telescope here, and you're watching the Telescope channel. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my channel and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But at this moment, I won't tell you guys to do that. If you do, I appreciate it. I just want to tell you guys that I really appreciate you. I hope that your families are blessed, hope that you're blessed, and live a prosperous life.
Right now, scientists in laboratories around the world are developing brain chips. Now, these are chips that can be inserted into the brain, and they are wireless. And that brain chip can restore your quality of life. Would you hesitate to get the chip? No, of course not. You would say, put the chip in my brain. Put the chip in my brain.
Put the chip in my brain.
So that is starting right now, these experiments. And even more interesting, scientists have done experiments with rats, and they have chips in the rat's brain. And what they did was they taught a rat how to do certain things. And when the rat did all these complex things, it could get food. Now, it took the rat weeks to learn that. Weeks. But then they hooked the rat's brain chip to the internet. And they had another rat in another city. And instantly they connected those two rats' brains. And do you know what happened? The other rat knew how to get the food right away. It didn't have to learn anything. The knowledge was transferred from one brain of a living animal to another brain. That is amazing. That opens up a world of possibilities. Because if they can do that in rats today, imagine 10 years from now what they can do in humans. And we will go there. So, mind-to-mind communication. This is something of science fiction that we all read about. But this is actually possible today, as I just showed you. So there will come a point where if we have a chip in our brain, and you out there have a chip in your brain, we can communicate. We can communicate without talking. We can communicate when you're halfway around the world. And we can exchange knowledge. So, if you look at a world where we have these chips that are connected to the internet, all of a sudden, every piece of information on the internet becomes accessible to our minds. Now, when we look back at today and we have to go to Baidu or Google and type it in, that will seem so primitive. Nobody will do that. You will just think, what knowledge do I need? And it will appear there for you to use. But it gets even weirder, stranger. Because we will not only be able to transfer knowledge, but we will be able to transfer memories. Now, so you could have an experience like skydiving, and all of a sudden you could transfer that experience to a friend, and all of a sudden they have experienced what you have experienced. It gets even weirder, because we will be living our lives as our lives. We know our lives and our memories, but you will all of a sudden have access to anybody's life who wants to make it available to you. People will open source their lives so others can download pieces of their lives and experience those things. That will be really strange. We won't know the difference between our own memory and a memory we acquired from someone else. Think about that. It gets even stranger. So, all of us are here learning at CEIBS, right? Getting EMBAs and MBAs. Well, this will be obsolete, because CEIBS will literally be in the cloud. And you will just download from all the best minds in the world whatever you need to know when you need to know it. Our brains we will no longer have universities as we have them today. That will change. Information will be on demand. Information will be commoditized. Knowledge will be commoditized. All of us will be smarter, have infinite amounts of storage and infinite access to information. It will be unheard of. We will no longer be this isolated human being. We will be connected to everything. We will be connected to everything.
To everything.
So, you can imagine not only will we be able to get knowledge, but we can actually have full experiences in our head. So right now we have these clunky VR units that we have to put on. But in the future, you can just download a whole environment and actually live in it. And all of you might think, this is not real. But do you know every night when you dream, those dreams are real. No matter how fantastic your dreams are, they are real. You feel like you're really there. Our brains have that capability already built in. All it takes is the technology to stimulate and transfer the right images in our brain so our brain creates them, and then we will live like the difference between us dreaming and reality will be blurred. We will be spending a lot of time outside our bodies. So, think about this. You, as a human being right now, are trapped in this body. But once you are connected to the internet, you are no longer trapped in your body. You can actually be anywhere at any time that any other person or any other device is getting sensory information. So there could be a robot on Mars, and you could literally tap into the robot on Mars, and it would be like you're on Mars. It could totally recreate the experience, including the sensations, the physical sensations, like everything of you being on Mars. You can live through other people. Your favorite pop star, your favorite scientist. You could be in Elon Musk's head right now, walking around doing what he's doing, if Elon Musk allowed you to do that. It gets so strange because our senses now, we have our 5 senses of our body. But suddenly, if we are connected to a world of intelligent machines and intelligent sensors all over, we will no longer have 5 senses. We will have access to hundreds of sensory input. Infrared, right? All these UV, all these different types of senses that we never even experienced before. It will radically change how we perceive existence. So if you start to go down this path, you see, we won't even be, our life today will be totally alien to us. We will be living in a whole nother reality that is blending information, sensory information, data information, memories, all of this from all around the world in this vast internet. And that will and can happen.
I know that was a lot to take in, Emily. Let's breathe. Let's get back into it.
So let's go even further. Experiencing other lives. So all of us experience things in our life. But now we will be able to have many lives. You can have many lives because you can access other people in other places and live through them. And if you want to think about this, it can be almost like heaven. Why do I say this? Because if you study every major religion in the world, every religion, Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, what those religions promise us is that we will escape our bodies in the future. We will go to some heaven or nirvana or a state of non-being or a state of inclusiveness with everybody. No longer will we and our consciousness be confined to our bodies as an individual. In fact, if you look at us right now as a human being, if I feel pain, if I'm in pain, nobody else can feel the pain I feel. If you're in pain, I can't feel your pain. I can feel sorry for you. I can empathize with you, but I cannot feel your pain. But in this world, we will actually be able to feel the emotions of other people. You can actually not just transfer data and sensory information, but emotions. I would know your pain, you would know our pain, and human beings would never be alone. So, we will come to a point where we, as gods, like gods, will be creating our own reality. We will be redefining what the human experience is for the first time in history. This can happen, and it will happen, but what we want to think about is this. Technology is really powerful. The internet, being connected, is really powerful. But we've already seen, in a very primitive way, just with our cell phones, these primitive devices, how it can totally change our life. Like all of our lives are changed by WeChat. All of our lives are changed by the internet. Well, we are embarking on a path now where we will become the internet. The internet will become us. They will be inseparable. We'll have our storage and everything else all over the place. And when we do that, we have to understand that this is a big responsibility. It's something we as a society, we as the human race, must think about very, very carefully. Because imagine, people can hack your cell phone now. People can hack your computer. And it can be bad. They can steal your banking information, take all your money. They can steal your identity. But they can't really hurt you. In the future, though, if somebody hacks into your head because it's connected to the internet, they can steal you. They could actually steal you. They can implant memories in your head that you don't have. They could erase memories. They could control you in ways that you wouldn't even know you're being controlled. Is this scary? So I painted on the hand a heaven, but there is also a hell, right?
Hopefully you understand what's going on, what's about to happen, what's happening. And like I told y'all, once they go to talking about this stuff, it's too late, bro. Did you hear the stuff that is, man, did you hear this shit, man? Did you, the cloud. You see how he talked about the cloud? Now you understand why they wanted everything to go in the cloud? You get it? Now you understand why they wanted everything that we do. Our pictures, videos, PDFs, everything. Now you get it? Now you see why they wanted to go in the cloud? Pimpin'. Oh my God. Oh my God. These people have tricked us. It's one big scam, baby. One big scam, man. And it's crazy, man, how we just sit back and literally can't, in some cases, can't even do nothing about it. Cause we so stuck on color and all that. I told you this shit ain't got nothing to do with race. Now you see why I say this shit. White people gonna be in the same situation as black people. Chinese people, every nationality gonna be in the same predicament because the people that's running these different nations, they all together. I told you, Australia is with Russia. Russia is with United States. United States is with Japan. Japan is with China. They all together. And our asses is stuck in between.
This is DW News live from Berlin. Almost 1 week into the invasion of Ukraine, Russia is upping its assaults on the country's main cities. In the capital, Kyiv, airstrikes today hit the main TV tower, knocking out some broadcasts. And in the second largest city, Kharkiv, an attack has left death and destruction in its wake. Also coming up tonight, let us in. Ukrainian President Zelensky's emotional address receives a standing ovation at the European Parliament, but his request for immediate EU membership, that request is facing huge hurdles. Plus, he was already in safety in the European Union. Now he's going home to fight. We'll meet a Ukrainian willing to risk everything to defend his country.
Prices go to waste. Now look what's going on in Ukraine. You feel me? See, I knew every time some shit pop up, they're gonna always throw black people under the bus. As y'all can see, Ukraine or Ukrainians or whatever are denying black folks to get on the trains, any type of transportation to get up out of there. They're letting women, children, and white folks go first. They are escorting blacks off trains and all type of stuff. Y'all probably ain't seen it, but you probably seen it on the internet and all that shit. But this is my thing. They're gonna always find a way to keep us at the bottom of the totem pole. Out of all this shit that's going on, now this is this big thing about Africans can't travel. or blacks can't travel. It's a fucked up world, homie. Well, the people in it. I'm gonna say that for the sensitive ones. The people in it. Because, like I say, they're gonna always find a way to keep putting us below the totem pole every chance they get. Never let a good crisis go to waste. And when it's a crisis like this that's going on, they're gonna find ways to implement their plans and to get across what they want to get across. Now that they got social media is just news on steroids, and they can put their message out there. It's so to the point where this thing about Ukrainians denying blacks travel is damn the headline of the whole goddamn little war what's going on. And again, it's just common sense. But like I say, man, this is the shit that the government does. This is how you promote propaganda. This is how you promote fear. This is how you curve the way that people feel about a certain race, all due to the shit that's put in front of us, the news, social media, and all this and that, and all that and this. Okay? You even got people in the Ukraine saying that the things that's being reported, half of that shit ain't even true. And how many times we've seen that? 1,000,000 times. It's so many times they don't put, and I'm not saying that this war is fake and they're not shooting missiles. I'm just saying, bro. So don't be sensitive with me. I'm just saying, there's been plenty of time where these folk done reported shit to happen, and that shit don't even be happening. It be people over there going live and this and that and showing you, man, this shit, what they saying ain't even what's going on. Now, I'm not saying that ain't what's going on over there, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Так, время 1:30. Мы патрулируем на микрорайоне. Рижский рынок наш. Вот здесь боковая аптека. Так, время 1:30. Мы патрулируем на микрорайоне. Рижский рынок наш. Вот здесь боковая аптека. Так, время 1:30. Мы патрулируем на микрорайоне. Рижский рынок наш. Вот здесь боковая аптека. Так, время 1:30.
Y'all already know how we do it. Like, share, and subscribe. Mental Telescope is here, and you're watching the Telescope channel.